All right, so if you're just joining, hey, I'm Jeremy Ashburn, and I wanted to do a quick little training today talking about a topic that this is a question that continuously comes up out there. Why isn't my website showing up in Google? And this happens, clients ask me this question over and over again when they sit down with me. If you don't know who I am, essentially I have my own marketing agency called Push Leads. And the whole idea is to make your website be visible at the top of Google and grow. And if your website is visible, then it's growing. People are finding you and they're calling you and they're contacting you. And that's awesome. But why, if your website isn't showing up in Google, then what's happening? Why is it not showing up? And let me explain that. So what I'm going to do here is share my screen and then go through a quick little, really quick PowerPoint. Here we go. All right, so here we go. I'm just starting it. Okay, so why isn't your business showing up at the top of Google? Okay, and let's see here. I'll just start the slideshow from the beginning. Okay, so why isn't your business shown at the top of Google? Essentially, what this is going to be about here is I'm going to just explain my bio real quickly, and we're going to look at some ugly websites. And after we do that, we're going to talk about domain reputation. Okay, what is domain reputation, and how does that affect everything? And then we're going to talk about links. How do links influence and affect your domain reputation? And that's my dog. Flapping in the background. He loves to do that here. And then what can you do about this? What can you to make your website show at the top of Google and other searches? And then I'm going to introduce this whole Push Leads Academy thing, what that is and what that's all about. So this is me, and I'm going to do a quick little bio here. A lot of you guys know who I am, but those of you who don't, essentially, I went to school for graphic design, graduated and worked for an ad agency for about a year. And then for about 8 years, I was a headhunter. I was an executive recruiter. I started making websites because I missed being creative. And so when I was making websites, I was like, well, how do you get a website to the top of Google? I figured it out, and really 2007, 2008, one of the websites had reached the top of Google, and it was at the top of Google's first page. That was awesome. It was generating about $20,000 of business a month. I was making about $2 or $3 grand a month from it, so that was awesome. But I really decided to go into this full time by 2012 and did some online mentoring for the first couple of years. And really from 2014 to present, I've been doing SEO, I've been doing web design, and I've been doing Google ads and all kinds of fun things like that. And really just helping businesses be more visible at the top of Google and grow. So let's look at ugly websites. Oh, I love doing this. You wouldn't think of it, but eBay really back in 2003 was an ugly website. I think it still is pretty much an ugly website. Look at this thing. I mean, eBay. You don't know. Your eye doesn't know where to go. Is it here? Is it here? Is it here? I'm all over the place here. My eye is all over the place here. This one probably takes the cake for the world's most ugliest website out there. I mean, what is this thing? I don't know. It's definitely in Russian. I'm almost expecting to see like a nuke somewhere. Here's how you buy the Russian nukes. Somebody in Russia is probably watching this and maybe they're angry, but they buy the Russian nukes. So Craigslist, I think it's an ugly website. It's not really my favorite website. Obviously, you can go there and buy and sell things. But it really still looks like 1999. Craigslist is trying to party like it's 1999. And this is just a random website. I mean, what is this thing? I'm not sure how it connects to anything. It's just complete random trash. And this one, though, probably takes the cake for the world's worst website. lingscars.com, UK contract, hire cars from Ling Valentine. I could do my Chinese. I do all different voices. Meet my staff. I don't know. I'm not going to go there. But, Ling's Live Literature. It's really bad. It's very bad. Your eyes all over the place. What's this background? I don't know. Apparently, you want a cheap lease new car. That's not even like English. Want a cheap lease new car? I don't know what's up with you. But let's talk about domain reputation real quick. What is it? Domain reputation really is all websites have a number in a scale of 1 to 100 that represents their overall reputation. Okay. So once you realize this and you know that, hey, your website is a 5 or a 10 and your competitors are like a 2, then if you're beating your competitor, then you're starting to show up in searches for them. Okay. But let's say your competitor is a 25 and you're like a 5. You're not going to show up in searches until your number is higher than their number. So this domain reputation number is really similar to sort of like how children grow up and become adults. If you, when you have a brand new baby or you make a brand new website, I just created a brand new website today, that has a 1, right? It's a brand new baby. It's a baby website. If you have a website that's growing, it's been out there for maybe 3 or 4 months, it might be this little toddler with a cute little bunny. Oh, I like the little bunny. But that's like a 3. Once you get to a 14 and you're rocking and rolling there, once you're hit like a 14 or so, you're beginning to take over some more searches. You're starting to show up for some valuable keywords there. Once you're like this 19-year-old sort of, once you hit a 19, you're taking over more searches. You're showing up for more searches. And really, these 33 and 57, these are really mature type websites. Most clients really don't get beyond a 33, and we rarely see 57s out there. So what do all these numbers mean? Just keep in mind that these numbers correspond to site ages, and hopefully that kind of makes sense because these numbers also correspond to human ages. And so as your site grows up, it becomes an adult. And once it's an adult, it begins to generate its own business and grow. So there's 2 different tools you can use to find out how strong your number is right now, right? So Link Explorer, it's a tool with Moz is one of them, and Ahrefs is the other tool. And that's Site Explorer. Both those tools will give you a number. I think Site Explorer is a little more accurate. So let's talk about links real quick. Us SEO people always talk about links, and it's all about links. But people are like, I had someone ask me the other day, what is a link? So let's just talk about this. A link, let's just look at a picture here. I made this little animation, right? This is fun. Let's pretend this circle is your website. Your website. Ha, ha, ha. And let's pretend that other websites are around you, right? Because other websites are around you on the internet. And let's say that, you start doing things. You start writing blogs. You start sharing content. You start getting links from other websites. If all these other websites start linking to you and they're connecting to you, see these these arrows that flash? If they're doing that, then you are beginning to get those links. And as you get those links, your domain reputation goes up, right? So that is awesome. Getting these links helps you go from like a 5 to a 10 to a 15 to a 20. Okay, now, obviously, the internet is much more than just your website and these 6 other websites. You have all these other websites. And if all of these other websites start linking to you as well, and that's happening over and over again, then you're beginning to really start to grow. And you're going to hit like from a 19 to a 25 and then maybe 30. And you're like rocking and rolling. And your SEO is taking off and it's starting to snowball. Okay, so that's kind of how links affect your domain reputation. The more the merrier. It goes up. It's awesome. And again, as that's going up, then your numbers go up. So as your incoming links come up, then you go from a 1, to a 3. Then you go to a 14, and then you're like a 19, and you're, and obviously it takes time. It might really take 5 years to get to a 33, 5 to 7 years. But it's really not about being at 57 or 33. It's really about getting up to where your competitors are, and then beginning to take over their number. And once you take over their number, you take over their searches. So that's great. So what I'm trying to say is that links influence your reputation. Okay. If you come away and realize, hey, the random guy on Facebook was like talking about links and how links influence reputation, then that's really what I want you to realize. Okay. So every time a new website links to yours, your domain reputation is going to go up. And then, of course, some links are stronger than other links, right? So if a magazine links to you and you get a link in a magazine, that's awesome. That's the holy grail. A magazine link is going to be like 1,000 times stronger than just a link from, Facebook, right? Facebook. So those links are awesome. So the real idea here is, how can you learn how to earn more links? How can your website start earning more links? And can you do that naturally? And if you can do that, then that's awesome. So what should you do here? Now that you know that, every website has a number, it's called domain reputation, and obviously links are important. How can you earn links? How can you start growing? How can you be these little plants that are growing? I love plants. I love the growing plants. So let's talk about some real quick basic ways of learning, of earning links. If you're not blogging, you need to be doing 4 blog posts a month or more, and try to make them interesting. I mean, I don't know if it's important that they're thousands of words long as much as it's important that they're interesting, that people might find it fascinating. So write blog posts, publish them on your site, and then always share your blog post on social media. Always be sharing. If you're sharing your content on social media, then that content there's a possibility of that content being shared. Here's another idea. You can make videos answering common questions that people have. Let's say you're, a chiropractor in Hendersonville, North Carolina, and you make a whole bunch of videos about here's how to be successful, or here's what your people care about. So if you make videos targeting a certain kind of audience, let's say you want to target the elderly audience, and how chiropractor can relieve your body from pain, how chiropractic therapy can relieve your body from pain, right? So if you're doing that and you're making those questions and you upload those videos on YouTube and you publish blog posts with the video at the top and the video transcription below it, awesome, awesome, awesome. That video could be shared and could be linked to. And you then also put that video on social media. Even better. I mean, these are such great ideas. You can also create blog posts, and these blog posts can be on Weebly or Blogger, and these sort of websites can link to you, right? So if you're doing that, then that's really part of it as well. That's super fabulous. And you're going to link from Weebly or Blogger or they're called web blogs or Web 2.0 blogs. If you want to get technical, okay, but you're linking from those to your site. So that's this is like your basic link boot camp, if that's even a thing. Your basic link boot camp. Now, what about next level link building? How can you take your link building, if you're already doing all that stuff, how can you take link building to the next level? One thing you can do is find influencers, find people that are further along than you are, maybe in the same industry, maybe a similar industry. So if you're a mom that wants to get into blogging, find a mom that's already blogging and connect with her and say, hey, can I write content for you? Can I publish? Can I write blog posts? If you can do that, it's called guest blog posting. That's awesome. You can create infographics. Infographics almost all the time attract links. That is super fabulous. Links are where it's at. You can make guides. So here's a guide. If you have a roofing company and you're like, here's the 5 things that you need to do this winter to protect your roof from hail damage. That's a guide that would help actually your people. And you can make tutorials. I have a friend who's a sculptural artist in New York City. You can make a tutorial of here's how to create a wooden sculpture, right? And these could be videos too. They don't have to be long blog posts. They could be videos. You could make a list. Let's say somebody is coming in to Indianapolis, and you're like, "Hey, these are the 5 best restaurants, in my opinion, in Indianapolis, or these are the 5 best Airbnbs in my neck of the woods." That's awesome. And you could sponsor a festival or event. We did this last year with Push Leads. We're going to start doing more of this. Whenever you sponsor something, you'll get links from that. And you can do a webinar. You can do a Facebook Live. You can answer common questions there. And, you're just giving back. You're not asking for answers. You're just a dog that's scratching you're like a dog in the corner scratching, and my dog always does that. But if you're doing webinars, that's awesome. Facebook Live, you can answer questions there like I'm doing now. So that's kind of all that. Now, I want to talk about one last thing, and that's Push Leads Academy. Essentially, Push Leads Academy is an online community I'm creating for local business owners. This whole idea here is that if we could work with each other and give feedback on web design, hey, this is working on my website, this is not working. If we can learn from each other with step-by-step video learning, little 5 and 10 minute videos. This is like a 15, 20 minute webinar I'm doing, but most of the videos are 5-10 minutes long. And we can learn more about SEO and Facebook and Google ads and all kinds of ads and just Google in general. That's fabulous. And I'm putting everything into a membership site so that if you wanted to go through the training, instead of like randomly doing it, you want to go through linearly and learn, you can totally do that. And we're also sharing everything in a Facebook group. Okay. So right now the Academy is totally free. I'm just getting it off the ground. I've got already people in the group that are responding and talking, and I've already got a membership site going. So you can log in. So what you want to do here is go to this page. I'll post the link at the bottom of this. And it's 100% free. You can join, and let me show you what it looks like in the inside real quick. Now, this is just the beginning part of this. So, once you log in, you can click on Start Here and click Welcome. After you sign up, you'll get a login email, and you'll see an introduction here. These are videos. Here's a quick little explanation of what's in the video. These are like 5 minutes long. Here's the goals of the video, along with you can download the PDF. And then I have now 4 trainings into the search engine basics. What is a search engine, the history of them, how do they work, why do they matter? We talked about domain reputation, a longer training there with domain reputation here. And then also SEO basics. What is SEO? SEO takes time. So these are the basics. And then I'm now doing all the training for SEO. And here's how to go through and do SEO. So if you're actually doing that, then that's going to be fabulous. All right. So my children are screaming in the background, but they're having fun, right? It's 9:16. This is the time of the night where I need to put them to bed. So I'm going to finish up here and put them to bed because my middle child loves to scream. So anyway, hey, hold it down a little bit, please. So yes, that was awesome. All right, so 20 minutes in, I think we're good. So sign up today. It's totally free, and you can get hands-on training totally free. And down the road, maybe not, I'll charge for it, but I just wanted to provide this kind of training as a way to give back and as a way to help you. So thanks again for watching this little video. And before my children destroy the house, I'll go ahead and shut her down. And thanks again. Have a great Thursday evening or whatever evening or whatever day you're facing right now. And talk to you soon. Bye.